What it do? What the business is?
That's so weird. Why can't we hear phone?
I just started another one as soon as it pop up. Waiting for it to pop
You.
Okay, yeah, I can hear him now.
You hear Falk now?
Yep.
Alright,
We
bet.
hit. DC hitter.
Okay, yeah, I can hear him now.
Come out and play.
Where's Boone at?
DC hitter.
Did Boone come in yet? There you go. Boone, wait for shit to stop blinking. Unk back in too, right? You're gonna take this with you too, okay? Where motherfucking, yo, Booney. Tell me if y'all hear Boone. Say something, Boone.
You right here.
Still can't hear Boone?
Nope.
We can hear Falk, but we can't hear Boone now. What the fuck?
Boom, come to the chat, right? Go to party settings and just see what your shit say.
Allow voice to be shared and party. That's what you need to put off.
You have to say always allow.
No, I don't always allow.
Just for this party.
Yeah.
Allow your voice to be shared. Allow for current party.
Alright.
Right here. Yo, man, y'all get a chance, watch that Rough Rider Chronicles on BET, man. The Rough Rider is a little bit better, but the No Limits one ain't bad either, though.
What? Yeah, I'll eat before the game.
DC hitter, come out and play. Is somebody hearing?
I'll check.
It up.
1 sec.
Yo, Boom. Yo, Boom. Microphone check.
Yo. Yo. Yep.
There we go. All right, we all in now. Let's go.
Right here.
All right. Brandon, all right. Let me just do what Rats players real fast, and then I'll share it to the chat. Falk, what? Oh, you already played the 49. I was gonna say, what week you played Dirty Rap, and then Greenlaw.
We right here.
We right here. That's what me and Erica gonna watch. What's her next day off? That Rough Riders.
You see that shit on? This was beat Robin, motherfuckers.
What about what the miles at?
This was beat Robin.
It's a documentary for the Rough Riders.
You see the shit when
on Netflix or something like that.
They whooped his ass because they thought he did the robbery, but he robbed the person that robbed them. But that wasn't nothing but karma though for all the robberies he did do. Yo, wouldn't that be some shit like, yo, man, I got robbed by DMX. Like, I know niggas be back in Yonkers probably like, yo, This nigga the man.
He really was running around robbing motherfuckers.
Man, bro. I know niggas really used to be like, yo, this nigga really used to be robbing us and he a millionaire. That shit crazy. Remember Swiss was like, I ain't feel like running. He said, I'll lean under the seat. He said he had a strap. I said, yo, this nigga had Swiss Beats and doing bad shit.
He had Swiss Beats doing what?
He had Swiss Beats doing robberies and jumping out of cabs, ghosts and cabs.
Oh
wow. He turned Swiss Beats into a little criminal.
Oh shit.
You gotta see it though. But then, yo, and
is it on Netflix?
Nah, it's on BET.
Oh, BET.
Yo, but you gotta see the joint when they said the nigga was down Baltimore putting in work. Like he was like he ain't say he was like Omar, but they said that nigga like he would put in work with the guns. Like them niggas was down Baltimore hustling and shit. The dudes that ran Rough Riders. This before they made it big and shit. So they was down Baltimore getting it. They said X, he was like motherfucking. We kept him away from the drugs, but he was like the muscle. He played with them things and then he rapped. That shit was funny as hell. Like, just imagine X sticking you up and shit. Rough. Yeah, Puff said, nah, he too rough, man. You see all that shit with the locks, all that shit. But one thing I can say though is I ain't gonna say too much because I ain't gotta watch it. Puff respected the brothers though. Remember with that contract shit? Soon as they got involved, Puff was like, all right, we can work it out. Give me $3 million. But yeah, we got what you call on. Yeah, but you know what?
I just posted the real talk in the chat and shit. We ready to get just started.
They really started that bike shit, like with the Rough Rider shit. Like I done seen people with Rough Rider patches, like decals on, like riding bikes and shit.
All right, fellas, we great lock in on the joint skill on the real talk. All right, so we in the league news week 1. Let's talk about it. Picked off. We got the Eagles versus the Washington Redskins, the football team. So first of all, what do y'all think about the Redskins having to change their name to right now to Washington football team? Anybody want to shed light to that?
Oh, no shit, kind of pathetic. They couldn't find some fucking name they goddamn call themselves other than the football team.
Nah, but what happened was is a businessman in Washington or something with the politicians that patent all the names, so they can't take a name yet. That's why. So they had to pay somebody. So like any name they picked so far as of right now, it was something on the lines of that. Any name they picked is a person that patent all the names.
They was looking at the senators.
Yeah, and somebody patented all those names. So Snyder don't want to pay nobody. Yeah.
Man, all I'm saying is they've been knowing this was in the works for like a year, 2 years. They've been mad about the name change.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They've been mad about the name for years.
That shit, what you call them though? That George Floyd shit expedited that shit like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, they started
because people was talking about that shit like you're right, boom, for years, but it was never no action. Like he ain't had that heat. He did
say that.
But you saying that they were.
Snyder did say that. I'll never change it. I ain't changing it.
He ain't had that heat. Nike, we ain't fucking with you. FedEx, we ain't fucking with you. Minority owners, man, I want to sell my state.
Right.
And shit.
But when the Black Lives Matter thing hit big, then
that George Floyd shit turned that shit up.
They were like Red Lives Matter too. I was like, okay, got it. Red Lives Matter.
Yeah,
they was trying to fuck with the Braves, the Chiefs, the Warriors. They trying to fuck with all them motherfuckers.
Warriors, now that's kind of
that's kind of pushing it. Yeah.
Motherfuckers they gonna take Can't take all the damn names and just say that you made
Yeah,
the
it is.
bitches.
Man, look, you know how that shit is. Niggas want to go with the flow, man.
That's because you still on that keto. That's why.
Hey,
hey, another one off that type time.
Q ain't even on the damn broadcast. That shit would be funny. He ain't even on it.
Oh my God, you'd have been able to hear him say that shit. Oh my God.
That's funny as hell.
He don't never be on. I'll be mad as hell. He don't never turn his mic on. Niggas that love him. Yeah, turn your mic on. Go to auto share settings. Come on.
He said,
talking about some noob.
Hey, brother, hey, that motherfucker got better. Shit, everybody ain't caught on or something. Brother Shakir goddamn was pushing to the limit.
Yeah, he almost motherfucking beat Boone in 20.
I ain't gonna say that shit. Nah, stop
Push it to the limit. Hold on, my hand.
Push it to the limit. Right, that was that shit.
Hey, what that boy from? Hey, that South music.
All right, fellas. Anybody, all these niggas asking me to do their shit, that shit got to go on hold right now. Yeah, but it can get changed. All right, so again, I was talking about the football team. I got distracted, wanting to know Washington. They butt as hell, Washington football team. But I like the numbers on the helmet, though, on that college shit. They couldn't stop the Eagles secondary, which came away with 4 interceptions. The turnovers proved costly and sparked the Eagles to the victory. So we're going to get to that game. Just going through the news real fast. Panthers over Raiders, 31-21. It was a great win. The coach said you need to win every game. You can in your home stadium. All right, so the yards piled up. This was the shootout that turned into almost a 20-point win. The yards piled up for Evans. So all the receivers and Tom Brady in his first start as a Buccaneer went ham over there. I don't know what the hell the Saints defense was doing, but they was getting bombed over and over again. Especially when you got wide receivers with donuts on catching bombs. Something wrong. Nigga got a single digit and a donut on catching a bomb. So Mike Evans went off on 158 yards. All right, so in Los Angeles, the Rams' new stadium. I think the Chargers and the Rams both share that stadium, right?
Yes.
All right. So TD Machines and one of the players that the Rams picked up and getting rid of Ramsey went off in this game when everybody laughed and said, "Mark Ingram? Huh? Who? Nah, who?" Anyway, Mark Ingram had 3 rushing touchdowns in the game against the Cowboys, winning the game 38-41. Are you more impressed with the fact that Shaq put up 38 points, or he only lost by 3?
I'm impressed that he put up 38 points.
Old school. All right, so in the game where Madden 21, all you hear about is the run game ain't OP. The defense play their lanes. They set the edge now. You ain't gonna better run as easy. I still believe that, but we had an old school style game with 28-41, 41-28 Baltimore over the Browns, where rookie J.K. Dobbins was the man of the hour, and the Ravens went over the Browns, totaling 285 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. We also had a man amongst boys, DK Metcalf, in a trade that went to the Cardinals, in a division trade too. This was an in-division trade. DK Metcalf embarrassed the 49ers secondary and the tune of 178 receiving yards in the Cardinals' victory. So Cardinals, after blowing up their team and speaking in their interview that they were a rebuilding team, put up 50 points in their first game. Let's slide over to the AFC East. Dolphins, the new look Dolphins and the old heads of the New England Patriots threw their fingers. Nyheim Hines fumbled 2 times in the loss for the Pats, but he had a hell of a day rushing. I think anybody that line up with a good running back against the Dolphins right now will be able to look good running the ball. But the Dolphins did tag Tuivasa, did pull out his first victory, 28-14. Picked off. So after the Giants made the trade, some might call it a dumb trade, some might call it a blockbuster, whatever it was, but their best running back in his second or his third season, Saquon Barkley, was traded. Giants was picked off. The Giants had problems all game long against the Steelers' pass defense, which finished with 7 interceptions. This is the first donut of 2021. 21-0. The Steelers came into New York and straight donutted. Oh God. Oh God. So we get a donut. We don't even get to week 2 without a donut. God damn.
Do you like glazed or jelly? Do you like your donuts glazed or jelly?
Hey, can I take your order? Yeah, can I get a 12 count? Let me get 6 blueberry cakes and 6 plain.
Man, you forgot the coffee. Who got donut? Hero?
Early in the morning, coffee. Up, Hero. Hero Burgers. Starting off 21 on the right tune. But he got donutted by a nigga who named his team in the chat. His name is 211 Still. and Hero brought Albert back to the league because Albert came back because of Hero. So oh my God! So the nigga that got a Tui.
Dilly.
Dilly.
You wasn't when you woke up. You wasn't expecting that, was you?
He woke up this morning liking everything Six was saying on his in the chat about Nano until he realized, wait a minute, it's 21-0 right now. Shit. Oh my God. All right, so the yards piled up for Diggs, man. So you know Diggs, Stephon Diggs was traded to the Bills, man. And we got Mil Tice back on the Jets right now. And you know, another coach that's screaming rebuild. To me, the Jets is one of the worst rosters on the game. But with that being said, D West and these Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen put up 56 points. So it was a 56-14 game. Yeah, the Jets could find no one to cover. Stephon Diggs has finished with an almost unthinkable 152 receiving yards. He almost was, and then in a newsbreaker, Josh Allen was almost traded today for a first and a second in the same fucking draft. Yeah, oh, wow. He was almost traded. But he decided to the Panthers, but he decided he didn't want him. You better DM me, make that shit happen. You better DM D West. His name is Many Face God Bills in the chat. All right, okay. So another situation right now, man. So you had the Titans. The Titans traveled to Mile High with the where you can't breathe at, but they traveled to Mile High and they put up 42 points on the Broncos, 42-13. After the Broncos blew their team up and went and got centerpiece Saquon Barkley, the Broncos did pick up some good trade pieces, but Saquon Barkley averaged 3.2 yards a carry today. The Titans receivers could about 100 yards. So rookie Denzel Mims went for 100 yards and A.J. Brown went for 100 yards. And a blowout win, Tennessee Titans 42-13. So I don't know what happened over here, but I know it was a bunch of turnovers.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. It's not 20.
The running ain't as easy as you think it is, huh?
You can't hold turbo and run left right. You can't pit 8 linemen on the field. Like the game probably don't even allow that shit. It's just he gonna have to adapt, or he's just gonna be in chat like he was earlier, bitching.
Yeah, so Coach Six Juice, man, took a big loss, 42-13, another blowout. All right, so we did have another blowout, which was unexpected, and I'm going to sit here and we're going to talk about this before I go to any other. Matter of fact, I'm going to come back. So the last team today was a tough day. So the Seahawks' success hinged on their defense. The Falcons threw 6 INTs. So Matt Ryan is over there looking older than he is right now. We already know he's up there in age, but he old. He out here throwing picks. Julio Jones was complaining all day today, saying, get me out of here or get me a quarterback. This is the first game we saw in about since Julio stepped into football in the NFL where he didn't have a catch. That's bad. So is either Matt Ryan over there doing something wrong? Oh my God. So it looked like the Falcons is looking for a quarterback. They not sitting through this shit for a whole season right now, man. But the interceptions kept coming, man. It looked like Nano's hardwire still fucked up, huh? Kept coming up. Nah, somebody hit that microwave. That didn't change. Second kept coming up.
Ain't nothing changed but the disc.
Right. All right, so I'm going to read the notes here in the news, but I'm going right to this game because this was big. So give him the ball. So Fournette was the centerpiece of the Jaguars' ground attack, finishing with 140 rushing yards against the Colts' struggling defense to contain him. But not only did Leonard Fournette have 140 yards, Roquell Highlight Armstead also had 140 yards rushing today on the ground. Now, Seahound surprised me. I never would have expected this to be a win for Seahound. And I thought the ties would be different when it came down to the run game, since the Colts spent the entire offseason trading for the best offensive line in the league. They flat out got the best offensive line in the league, and it didn't look like it mattered today in game one. 49-14. I never expected to see Hound to beat somebody like that. So let's go to the game stats, Boom, and I want to hear your opinion on this game before as we talk about it.
You should. You want to hear my opinion?
I definitely want to hear your opinion. So let's get to it. Let me go back to week one and let's find the Colts. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, so box score again, 41-19. Jaguars scored 14 points in every quarter but the fourth. Offensive yards game, 445 to 260. Rushing yards, 280 to 98. Passing yards, 165 to 162. What else is important? Total yards gained. The Jaguars had 523 yards to his 344, but the Colts turned the ball over 4 times in this game. So let's get to it. All right, Boom. What's your assessment? What happened in this game, man? Seahound versus DC Snake Eyes.
Fuck out of here. Hey man, that's all. Hey, that nigga just straight fucking garbage can. So first off, I ain't even impressed with none of them stats. I'm impressed with fucking Minshew.
148.6 rating, 148.6 QB rating, 165 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Is this the same Seahound that we remember? What's going on right now? A quarterback with damn near almost a perfect QB rating. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Minshew went off today. 165 for 3 touchdowns. This is big, bro. Aaron Rodgers had a 75.5. Like, you went and got a dog at quarterback and got him looking like motherfucking a bag of dog food. 167, 1 touchdown, 3.
Like, for me, man, like, see, Clown's still the armpit of the league. You know what I mean? He in that bottom tier. You know what I mean? So for him to go lose to him, what does that say about him, man? To go out and make all these trades and, you know what I mean, supposedly be, you know what I mean, the fucking, you know what I mean, the best trading GM in the league. I think I heard him say that one time. And to, you know what I mean, not produce on the field. You know what I mean? So that, and then, what, 24 carries for Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor carried the ball 24 times for 89 yards, 3.7 yards a carry with a touchdown. I didn't have him on week 1. I forgot.
That motherfucker would have died week 1.
But look, Leonard Fournette averaged 10 yards a carry, and Roquell Armstead averaged 12.7 yards a carry. So what's going on over here? I mean, that offensive line is stout, yo. We gonna stay at the stats, but let's just go out of here and let's just look at what the coach did in the offseason, all that shit they invested in this offensive line. And it's only game 1. Your running back's a rookie. It was probably his first time playing a user, so I'm a.
Nah, fuck all that. Let him have it. Hey, can I say something else about these stats real quick?
Yeah,
so, first off, he got Monte Nickel, whatever his fucking name is. That motherfucker had 10 tackles as a free safety. Anytime you're a free safety, having already had tackles. What is his linebackers doing?
Oh, God.
He got his linebacker. He got his free safety, strong safety. He got his fucking cornerbacks leading the team in tackles and shit. Like, he's like the front 7 ain't doing shit. Like, he trading for the wrong pieces. He need to be trying to fucking make that defense stout. Like, what's going on with him?
Right. So you know that's my guy. He be on headset with us a lot, so I kind of know what his decision was. So his thing was, if I build the best offensive line right now, as I'm building my rookie quarterback, I keep Aaron Rodgers in. I think he's not valuing Aaron Rodgers the way he should have, considering he got him really cheap for 3rd and a 4th. Right. And he got the superstar. He got the superstar on Easton. So his thing is, I'm gonna let Easton develop while I play Aaron Rodgers, and that's nothing wrong with that. But you went and got that good offensive line. I would be ready to play my rookie now, and if that's the case, because you got a good offensive line. So Jonathan Taylor with 94 speed, 94 excel right now. He already a 76 overall, so he's ready to go. I think the problem is, I just think he's not comfortable with running the ball yet with this game, because this is what he's running behind. He got the left tackle from the Packers, Bakhtari. How you say his name? Bakhtari or some shit like that. David Bakhtari or something like that. He's a 96 overall with 91 strength. His left guard, Quentin Nelson, is the best left guard in the league. 95 overall, 97 strength. At center, he got Castonzo, 85 overall with 88 strength. At right guard, he got Brayton Smith, 84 overall with 94 strength. And then at right tackle, he got another Packer that he traded for, Elton Jenkins, who's an 80 overall, and he has 90 strength. So this is the best offensive line in the league by far. It's some good offensive lines in the league, but this got to be the best offensive line. And it just didn't pan out week 1. So is this just a week 1 thing planned for the first time, or do we see this happening week in and week out, fellas?
I think it's just week 1.
I think it's just week 1 too.
I think he's gonna lock in.
Man, I think this is going to be a rough season for them, a rough Madden 20, unless they pass some shit and fuck the game up completely. If they keep it just like this and don't allow those big run games, like, this going to be him, because he can't throw the ball. They patch the shit and make it easier for users to run, which you got to understand. On the back of the cover, this shit say E for everyone. So when motherfuckers start complaining, they're going to patch some shit.
You right. You right. You right. All right, so let's stop here in week 1 and go back to that Eagles and against the football team of Washington. All right, so let's get to the game stats right now. So here we go. All right, the Eagles piled up 304 yards offensive yards gained to 238 to the Washington. 178 rushing, 81. So the Eagles won that battle. 126 passing yards to 157. 17 first downs to 15. Total yards gained 379 to 252. The Eagles turned the ball over 3 times. The Washington football team turned the ball over 4 times. Now let's get the player stats over here. All right, so Jalen Hurts, the rookie, got the first start. 78.1 QB rating, 132 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. That's not a good outing in the passing game right now. But what do you have to say about that?
Hey, man, we threw him into the fire, man. You know, Wentz is definitely the better quarterback, but we think Jalen Hurts have a better upside. Plus, you know, he was kind of wincing a little bit in practice, and he was showing that he's kind of hurting. So we're trying to, hey, man, 9 out of 10, man. Hurts is going to be the man, but we're going to keep Wentz around just in case.
All right. Now, Dwayne Haskins had just as terrible rating today, too. 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 INTs. I mean, I guess that's what the game was run at. All right, so the yards wasn't, like, spectacular, but to me, I think this is a tell-all in your first week, Boone. I think you played a pretty solid football game all the way around the board, outside of throwing for 300 yards, which is fine, you know, with Jalen Hurts as a rookie. But Miles Sanders with 11 carries for 94 yards, 8.5. Can you tell me what he gave you in this game? He didn't score, but what was his production for almost 100 yards today?
Man, just keeping drives going, man. And this year in Madden, that's what we're going to have to do, is keep drives going. We're going to have to be happy with those 3 yards to carry, you know what I mean? If that's what we can get. Because, shit, that's the difference between fucking punting and, you know, that first down. So we got to realize that every play is not going to be a home run hitter. So.
All right, and Jalen Hurts did carry the ball 6 times for 88 yards. He did fumble once, so it looked like he was moving the chains as well. So it looks like once he gets, you know, some games under his belt since he's a rookie, it looked like he's going to be able to run and throw the ball, and it looked like you could still run your same. Now my whole thing is, the offense we're accustomed to seeing you run, do you feel like that you can run that, or do you think with the weapons you got, well, you did get rid of a lot of wide receivers over there, but the weapons you got still in the fold, do you think your offense changed to adapt to your talent that you have now, or you think you can bring this talent to play the offense you're accustomed to playing?
Oh no, man! I think my offense is actually deadlier because I don't have that dependency. You know what I mean? In the past, I mean, so it's forcing me to spread the ball around and get everybody involved and keep people guessing. So I think this offense is going to be more explosive.
Okay. All right, so that was the rushing game, as we can see. So let's get over here to the receiving to see what happened in the receiving game on both sides of the ball. All right, so Deshaun Jackson, 3 catches, 44 yards. You really didn't have any explosive receiving plays, but it didn't look like you needed it. Again, it looked like the entire offense was to keep the chains moving. Both sides of the ball, even Kelvin Harmon. I will say I spoke to the coach for the Washington football team, and he said his problem was with throwing 4 interceptions was every time he dropped back, Fletcher Cox was in his face. Period. So he was like most of the interceptions he threw, he was getting hit by Fletcher Cox, and the ball got picked off there. So, but boom, your receivers, man, look like tight end numbers right now, man. Is that a recipe to be able to win ball games every week in and week out? Or do you need some more action out of these guys?
As long as we can run the ball consistently, man, and at least dink and dunk, I'm gonna take what the defense gives us. I think this is the recipe for success. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna take what the defense gives us, man.
I mean, with a D-Jack who blow the top off of defenses, it looked like he was playing an intermediate game today. Miles Sanders was big with 5 catches out the backfield for 33 yards. And another speed burner that can blow the tops off, 2 catches for 33 yards. He did get downfield a little more than Deshaun Jackson did, but you got receivers like the Chiefs receivers, man, and some calling you the NFC Chiefs. So are we going to see that explosion? Are we going to see those explode plays?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. We just gotta wait. So he don't gamble. So that's one thing about him. Like I say, he don't gamble. So he ain't pressing. He playing safe coverages. So that gave me the opportunity to kind of throw those short passes and get everybody involved.
All right. Now let's talk about the football team's defense right now. So Kendall Fuller, safety, had 8 tackles. It looked like it looked like he was getting a third level a lot for a safety that had a majority of the tackles. My question to you is, Chase Young, man. Chase Young had a sack in this game. We didn't see anything from Montez Sweat today, but Chase Young did have a sack. Speak on the young rookie that's the X Factor, the only X Factor to come out in this year's draft.
So we already know Chase Young is a dog, but our game plan was to stop him from coming out that edge. We double teamed him, and he still got a sack. But that was his only tackle. You know what I mean? So that was our whole game plan, was to keep the linemen, the D-line, and the linebackers in check. And if we have those cornerbacks and free safeties making tackles, hey, it's a good day.
All right.
Let me get to the second level.
All right. So again, Fletcher Cox had 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. But again, the coach from Washington said that Fletcher Cox was a disruptive force the entire game. Is he telling the truth? Was Fletcher Cox in the backfield causing havoc all game?
Oh yeah, and definitely with that with his X Factor. He got an X Factor. He was able to
we can't hear boom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he was able to put pressure on the quarterback, man, from a distance. So and then CJ Mosley balled out.
So I was going to say, so you picked up CJ Mosley and you picked up CJ Mosley as well. Let's get to him. CJ Mosley had 9 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. How big was that pickup in the trade with the Jets before you played this game? How big is CJ Mosley holding down the middle linebacker spot for you?
I think out of all the trades that I had this offseason, CJ Mosley probably was the biggest one, because he solidified my middle level of the defense with Fletcher Cox on the front. You know what I mean? But CJ Mosley probably the biggest acquisition.
So you got Josh Sweat. You got Khalil Mack, and you got Brandon. You still got Brandon Graham, and then you got the kid. As soon as I find his name, Derek Barnett. When you got Khalil Mack over here, did that solidify you as having one of the top pass rushing defense in the league?
I think when I got Khalil Mack, man, that solidified my defense as possibly being the number 1 defense in the league, because I have all those pretty much solidified at every level of defense right now.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me what's your name? This nigga shit loud as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna mute you though, so you can lock into your game. All right. All right, so boom. What I want to talk about, again, when we do these real talks, fellas, I know y'all watching and everything like that. I want to talk this time different around. We're not going to spend all the time talking amongst, because we're wrong. So all we do is talk about our teams and all that. Trust me, we're not going to be doing that this season. We want to include all 32 members in the league. All right, but because we're on this game and I have him on headset right now, and this is the coach I got on headset, I want to talk about some of the things he did over there. Boom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. All right, so when we go to the rosters right now, man, you said you have the best defense in the league right now, right?
Yeah.
And you standing by that. It's no problem. I respect that. All right, so when we talk about rosters right now, let's go ahead and talk about. I'm not going to depth chart. I'm just going to go to your team. So Khalil Mack, you picked him up in the trade with the Bears, right? And what does he bring to the table with Khalil Mack?
What's that?
Khalil Mack, what does he bring to the table for these Philadelphia Eagles?
First off, he brings just the ability to rush the passer, man, and he has some coverage game also. But the major thing that he brings is the fear that everybody knows. They have to identify him. So if they identify Khalil Mack, that's going to leave Fletcher Cox open. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing.
So Brandon Graham at 32 years old, still an 88 overall, still better than a lot of pass rushers in the league right now. Does he see the field?
Oh yes, he's a starter. He definitely needs that veteran presence.
What about Derek Barnett? Since you got Josh Sweat, I know you moved your best pass rusher to the outside linebacker, but Derek Barnett, how big of a piece is he?
He's also a starter. He's starting on the other defensive end side.
All right. And so at D-tackle, you got, if not the best D-tackle in the league, one of them with Fletcher Cox. And again, we heard that he put pressure on the quarterback all game long. So we know what we're getting here. So I agree with you. This pass rush right now, and that's just the defensive line, the guys that got their hand in the dirt. They are serious, all three of those guys, right? So then you get to Khalil Mack, we spoke on him. And then C.J. Mosley, man, in the middle, man. You saw he had 9 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, man. And we spoke on him, so I'm not going to stay on him right now. But we know he's anchoring that defense at the middle linebacker. But the two guys I want to talk about is Josh Sweat, man, with the superstar ability on him. You develop him into a dog. He is the dog right now. How did you feel about Week 1 with him on the field? Was he good?
He was average, man. And when I say average, man, he balled. I think he had like 6 tackles. But, man, he pretty much held down that side by himself, man. He was on the side by himself because, Khalil Mack was on the other side, so they running away from Khalil Mack. But he held it down, man, and stayed true. So I was really impressed, and he's going to be ready for, bigger roles.
Right. Now, you got a sleeper linebacker that you drafted from Temple, Sean Bradley. This guy, believe me, I followed him. He's a stud. I'm assuming you had him at the other middle linebacker with C.J. Mosley.
Yep.
Without watching it, I kind of figured that because this guy had 6 tackles and a couple tackles for loss in this game. Did you expect this rookie to step in game 1 and play the way he played?
No, I didn't. Like I said, 5 assists, 8 tackles total, 2 tackles for loss, and a half sack. No, I didn't, man. I threw him in there. His next man up. We got rid of a lot of pieces. We traded a lot of pieces, and he was the next man up, and he pretty much showed up, man, and showed out.
Right. All right, so let's get to the corners, man. You also got Stephon Gilmore, man. Some might say that you stole Stephon Gilmore, but you got Stephon Gilmore. They went in the offseason and grabbed Darius Slay Jr. With these 2 corners, man, Stephon Gilmore and Darius Slay Jr., do you have the best 2 tandem corners in the league?
I'm not gonna say I have the best 2. I definitely have one, if not the best corner in the league on my team. And I know Darius Slay is gonna get a lot of attention this year, so it's gonna force him to produce. And we'll see if we could call that secondary the best secondary in the league, not just the best 2 corners.
All right. So with that being said, we're gonna slide on over here to your safety, who no one expected. Did he have 4 or 3 INTs in that game?
He had 3.
Okay. So Kayvon Wallace from Clemson is that strong safety, man. You was big on him before you started the game. During preseason, you was big on this guy. He solidified his starting role, right?
Yeah, man. Shit, 3 picks and a pick 6, man. Hey,
pick 6, right?
I hope so.
All right. So again, this defense is not only good, it's fast as well. So you got a flying offense and a flying defense is good. I do stand by you with that. You might have the best defense in the league. We haven't talked about a lot of teams yet, but right now, shit. All right. So you got the Rams coming up week 2, man. What do you want to continue to do to be able to be successful and starting 2-0?
But we just want to continue to run the ball successfully, man. We don't pass the ball that great. I'm okay with it. We just want to run the ball and play defense, man. You already know, going from Madden 20, from fucking Madden 17, man. I just want to run the ball and play defense, man. My main focus is defense. That's it.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, so let's get to a game a team that we want to talk about, that we need to talk about, because these guys were the defending Super Bowl champs right now. All right, so the Texans traveled the Chiefs and they lost 35-10. Let's look at the stat line here, Booney. So the box score, it was even across the board. The Texans 376 yards total, and the Chiefs had 374. The Texans ran the ball for 150 yards. The Chiefs 43 yards. 226 in the passing game to the Chiefs 331, 13 first downs to the Chiefs 10, 419 total yards to 388. The Texans won the game when it came down to the stat line right now. But then you get to these turnovers. The Texans turned the ball over 8 times. 2 of those turnovers resulted into 14 points, which was pick sixes. First of all, for a team to turn the ball over 8 times, playing against the most explosive offense in the league with the Chiefs, 35-10. What do you got to say about that?
You could never turn the ball over that many times and expect to win the game. I only seen a few people do that.
Right.
And one of those people's fault. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think you might have did it once or twice, but I didn't expect for the Texans to be this fucking garbage. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on. And it could be the Chiefs, but he didn't really play that great either, honestly, if you look at it.
Right. Well, I mean, the Chiefs' offense produced 21 points. Their defense produced 14. And out of them 21 points, how many of those drives started in good field position off of turnovers? We don't know. But they got the job done. The Chiefs looked explosive because when you get to the player stats, Mahomes did throw the ball for 366 yards. He did throw 4 interceptions to 2 touchdowns. I'm going to credit that on the first game and getting used to the team for the first time. So I'm going to credit that there. But Deshaun Watson had a 40.9 QB rating, 247, no touchdowns, 7 picks. That's where the game was lost at right there, not being able to throw the ball. But in the rushing game, Sony Michel, 15 carries for 125 yards, and rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. Do you think the Chiefs can win ball games without a rushing attack?
It depends on who you playing, man. Right now, early in Madden, I think he will be able to. But if you go against somebody with decent cornerbacks, which I don't know too many teams that have 2 just shut down corners. I think he can, man. But it's gonna hurt him in the playoffs because that's pretty much playing the best against the best.
Right. So now you get to the receiving game of this. Let's just stay over here on the Chiefs. All right, McCole Hardman went off. 5 catches, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had 4 catches, 95 yards. He didn't reach the end zone. Helaire did catch a bomb for 63 yards. Sammy Watkins, 2 catches for 41 yards. And Damian Williams also caught the ball out the backfield for 28 yards. Kelsey only had 1 catch for 8 yards there. I think the Chiefs improved their offense, period. I think their coach, Crack, he's more known as a runner, and he plays really solid defense. I think the biggest question is to have the type of weapons you got that in the passing game. Is he going to adapt and be able to throw the ball? I think Patrick Mahomes has to throw for 4,000 yards a season. And can Crack do that? Do you think the coach that's coaching these Chiefs right now can have Patrick Mahomes looking like the Patrick Mahomes that we've seen?
Nah, I don't think Patrick Mahomes gonna look like the Patrick Mahomes that we've seen in the future, man. Because we know Crack, he wants to throw the ball. He does have like certain plays that he like to go to get down the field, and he was able to do that against the Texans. But I don't see him being able to get down the field and have these type of games like he had with McCole Hardman.
Right. I think eventually, he's a student of the game. I think Crack's. I think the biggest thing I like about him as a person, period, is that he locks in to the point where he's going to learn some things. So he's going to take the time out to really figure it out. So right now, a lot of us that's on headset, we talk about teams and guys. We know him to be rushing for almost 4,000 yards in the season and 50 rushing touchdowns with a running back. But this time the game switches on him where he has to really decide to throw the ball. I think he does. I think he gets it together, and I think he can throw the ball. I think he's going to learn how to throw the ball to the point where he's going to have these Chiefs looking dangerous right now. My question to you, Boone, in the AFC, is this the team? Is this your team that's favored to get back to the Super Bowl?
I definitely expect him to get back to the AFC Championship game. And if he gets there, anything happen any given Sunday, man, or any given day. So he have the ability to get back there, man. It just depends on who he match up with.
Right. Now he won this game on defense. So we're gonna talk about Willie Gay Jr. with 7 tackles, 2 INTs, and I'm gonna go over here and see if he took anything to the crib. Who scored their touchdown? Yep, he returned one, and then we got a touchdown down here by L'Jarius Sneed. So his rookies balled out for him. He had 2 rookies that scored touchdowns on defense today in this game. But overall, it looks like Crack is going to be able to play good defense, and we know him to play good defense. Gay had 7 tackles, Matthews had 6, Dorian O'Donnell, the outside linebacker, had 5, and Chavarius Ward had 4. And then L'Jarius Sneed did take a pick to the crib, which was to me I like. So he had 2 INTs, 2 from Willie Gay. Thornhill had 2. Mathis had 1. Ward had 1. And Sneed had 1. That's a lot of interceptions week 1. He did get to the quarterback 3 times. You had Matthews that got there, so he sent him on the blitz. Dorian O'Donnell got from the outside linebacker spot, and Chris Jones, man, one of the best D tackles in the league, also got a sack in this game, man. I like the Chiefs. I think none of us can say that we shouldn't be looking at the Chiefs as the team to get back to the Super Bowl in year 1. But it all rests on is his offense explosive enough? Can he catch up to the weapons he got and make those guys look like they look in real life? That's how I think about the Chiefs. But I think if there's anybody that can do it, it is Crack. Let's get to one more game before we get up out of here. Let's talk. I'm going to talk about my game. I want to talk about my game because you can pull some negatives out of this and some positives out of this. All right. So of course the Browns played the Rams. We got D Nice back in the league. My cousin Randy's back over here, playing in his first game since 17 with us. So the Browns versus the Ravens, man. This game, to me, I don't know if you watched this game, Boom, but this game was crazy and it was good. It showed some toughness in this game. And it also showed rust in this game, and then it was the first game. All right, so let's look at total yards offense: 369 to 476, 162 rushing yards to 308. So the Ravens rushed for 308 yards in this game. Boom, what you got to say about that?
Hey man, that's the recipe for success, especially for the Baltimore Ravens, man. And that's normally the way they play in real life. So hey, if they can do that consistently. Shit, man. Might well cry in the Super Bowl champs.
207 passing yards from the Browns to 168, 13 first downs to 10. Total yards 527, and that was the scary part. The Browns had put up 527 total yards on me, 583. But we forced 3 turnovers and turned the ball over once. Or we know we had 3 turnovers, so they're 1. All right, so we fumbled on a kickoff that got scooped and scored, and Lamar Jackson threw 2 INTs in this game. I think I threw 2 picks. Yep, threw 2 picks in this game. So let's get to the player stats. All right, so Lamar did have a 106.2 QB rating. He did throw 168 yards, which to me I underachieved in the passing game, but I didn't have to throw the ball as much. I came into this game wanting to put long drives together and win the ball game. Playing my first user game, and since we started playing this game, I haven't been playing online games and nothing like that. I've been in strictly practice mode, so this was my first user game. So Baker Mayfield was a 97.2 with 214, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Lamar did throw 2 INTs, and he only attempted 8 passes for 5 and completed 5. Baker Mayfield was 12 for 19. Marmar was 62%. And Baker was 63%. Now in the run game, what do you got? Boom. J.K. Dobbins had 17 carries for 285 yards. He averaged 16.8 yards a carry for 2 touchdowns. Now Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb together, Kareem had 14 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown, and Nick Chubb had 6 carries for 44 yards, 7.3 yards in this game. Lamar Jackson had 3 carries for 23 yards, 7.7, but he scored twice on the ground. So he threw a touchdown and he scored twice on the ground. Boom. What do you got to say about rookie J.K. Dobbins, man? Is this guy for real, or is this one of those first game situations?
Man, I don't know, man. I was pretty high on J.K. Dobbins when he came out, and I went to the Ravens, and I knew he was going to take some carries from Mark Ingram. I didn't expect Mark Ingram to be traded though,
Right.
But I don't know, man. I think the jury's still out, man. I don't think that this is the J.K. Dobbins that you're going to see every week. Honestly, man, I have some questions and concerns about the Ravens offense, man.
Okay.
I know that you said that you put in, you know what I mean, well, you had a lot of long drives, you know what I mean. It doesn't look like it.
I didn't have long drives. I said I had 3 offensive possessions that went to the crib.
Okay.
80 yards, 70 yards, 60-yard runs gone to the crib.
Yeah, so that's my question, man. Are y'all gonna be able to sustain, you know what I mean, these big plays? Because it looked like big plays. Because I want to say that they had 17, almost 18 minutes of time of possession to your 10.
Right.
So I mean, he had the ball way longer, but he just didn't capitalize.
Right.
So what do you have to say about that, man, and how you plan to move forward with just knowing that you had a lot of big plays, and if some of those big plays were taken away from J.K. Dobbins, it's possible that this is an L for you.
All right, so and I didn't feel like I was going to lose this game at all. I think it was some things that happened that stopped this from even being a blowout. Now, with that being said, I thought the coach on the other side did a hell of a job not to get blown out and bring this game to a 3-point ball game. So what it was, to be honest with you, the Ravens in the first half, we could not stop the inside zone. So we got beat with inside zone and slant all game long from quarter 1 to the middle of the third quarter. And then Calais Campbell took the game over and shut the inside zones down. And then that changed everything. So what happened was he had the ball and he put the 8-play drives together, but just didn't capitalize. He either had to punt eventually or he turned the ball over. So he maintained the ball and the clock for a long time, and then we just score fast. So like we'll come out 80-yard touchdown run on the first drive. On our first possession. I had 3 runs. I had 2 runs that went to the house that was 60 yards or more, right? So that's 2 possessions. Then I had another 2 possessions where I drove down the field, got to the red zone, and threw 2 picks. All right. Now, 1 pick from the 1-yard line, it was just me. First game, I was in a situation where I thought I was running stretch, and I called the pass play. So when I hiked the ball, I was looking to run stretch and realized I was passing and didn't realize it and hit the X button and threw a pick. And then my other situations was I thought every drive I had was long drives except for the two explosive touchdown runs. So yeah, I was cool because the other 2 drives that wasn't turnovers, I had 4 drives that went to the red zone. 2 of them ended with Lamar scoring from 10 yards out and 2 yards out, and 2 of them ended in me throwing picks. 1 on the 1-yard line going in, and the other one was from like the 15. So the possessions I did have, I think we put drives together. Now what happened was a key fumble before halftime. We gave up a field goal before halftime. And then we gave up a fumble, a scoop and score, right before halftime as well. So that's 10-point turnaround right there. He got the ball back at halftime, put a long drive together, and then we stopped him. And then we went down, put a long drive together, and scored. But every time we tried to put the game away, he came back, right? So he comes back, put drives together. And then mid-third quarter, I felt like I had a handle of the game. Once the inside zone, I was able to stop the inside zone. I had a handle of the game. So on offense, Odell Beckham killed me. It looked like Odell Beckham had a big, super big game, but the 68 yards out of that 169 was 1 play at the end of the game. He threw a bomb on me on a shot play. Patrick McQueen was locked up on Odell and man and got walked by. Other than that, Odell caught slants and a couple of outs on me. So 6 passes he caught. I would say 4 of them were slants, 2 of them was outs, right? I still think we had a good handle on Odell Beckham, but that was the game. I had to stop slants and I had to stop the inside zone. And for the most part, the first quarter or 2, we couldn't stop him for the most part. But it never resulted into points, really. He scored 10 points in the first half with all them possessions and all that time of possession. So I was comfortable there. What I don't like is the fact that I didn't use my weapons on offense and throwing the ball. It was more I ran the ball to get out of there with a win, and I threw when I had to throw. And instead of me wanting to open the offense up a little bit more, I didn't. I just really was chasing the win. So As we going into game 2, we want to open it up a little bit more and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? This game, because of who I was playing, even though he hasn't played with us in a long time, I know he's still good enough that if I go out there and just drop back and try to dot him up all game long and things go wrong, I could lose this ball game. So we wanted the victory over anything else. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it came down to.
You know my philosophy, man, and this is going to be my philosophy all season. When I look at the stats on defense, man, Red Wine, Dale Pitt, and Denzel Ward, anytime those guys are leading the team in tackles, it's an issue. That means they get to that second and third level. I mean, you got his middle linebacker with like 3 tackles. So you balled out, man, and shit, fuck it, you got to win.
So again,
you know, everybody have things they got to build on.
Again, so this tells you time of possession, chewing. Like, not saying he was chewing the clock. He was playing smart, methodical football, and he put plays together, drives together. He just didn't finish. Now, if those drives that he had finished, then we in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We would have been in trouble this game. But on the flip side of that, Patrick Queen, 6 tackles. That's my middle linebacker. Calais Campbell at D tackle, 5 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. All right, Jimmy Smith playing strong safety, and he was in the box for the most part and covered 3, 4 tackles. My other player was Judon, 4 tackles. All right, Marlon Humphreys, 4 tackles. That's because he was man-to-man on Odell all game, and he had to tackle him on slants and 2 outs, and he almost jumped one of them. So my other middle linebacker rookie had 4 tackles. So as you can see, we was making the plays with the people that he didn't even get to my secondary for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But them inside zones with those 2 running backs he had, he was killing me. I ain't gonna lie. He was killing me with them inside zones because we were sitting in 3-4, and that 3-4 does not stop inside zones. And then the other thing I realized was sitting in the 3-4, he was coming out 3 receivers, just not matching up. So I didn't match up well. So when I got up out of that shit and changed that part of it, it turned everything around, man. That's why we kept him out of the end zone. So he put drives together, but those drives halt and turned into punts. So he punted a lot in that game. So that's the tell-all of that game. So we want to get there and try to get back, see what happens when we play our next game, though. All right, fellas. So that's week 1. You know what I'm saying? We left a lot of teams out of here, but what I want to do is I want to get coaches on when we talk about their team, so we can really get into it, man. So that's week 1, man. Now we got week 2. Let me talk about it. What do you think is the biggest matchup in week 2? You got the Bengals versus the Browns. I like this game. I want to see it. I can't wait to see this game. Giants and the Bears. Is the Bears and Giants? What team gonna start 0-2? Jaguars Titans. They playing right now. I like this game because we gonna find out if C-Hound really for real right now, man. Both of them 1-0 right now. And let's see what these Jaguars versus the Titans do. Panthers Bucks. This is the game of the week to me. The boy through my eyes, you know, he hopped on chat with me talking shit, stating who he was, how many Super Bowls he won in his league. That's more better competition than ours. And that, it ain't no user lurking, and you can't stretch right, stretch left all game. So niggas ain't going to be winning like they used to be winning, and he going to dominate. So he putting his team together and all that shit. So I want to see this game. Because you had the Bucks who put up 60-something points against somebody, and then you got the Panthers who feel like he feel like because he joined the league at the right time and he don't got to take a team, he's starting a team, that he gonna dominate our league. So I can't wait to see this game when they start playing, man. So I like that. It's a big game. I really would like to see this Broncos Steelers game, Rams Eagles game. This is a game to watch. Falcons Cowboys, they playing right now. Tune in if you can. Vikings Colts. We want to see if DC Snake can get a win, or he gonna start off 0-2. The Bills and the Dolphins is another good game. So you go down the line, man, there's some big games out, but I think the other big game would be, here we go right here. Chiefs Chargers, big time game right now, man. Crack versus Corey. Crack versus Corey is a big game right now, man. I think this is the real game of the week right here, man. So let's tune in, fellas, and let's get at it. It's been a hell of a week 1. To me, man, the league is shit and it's chipping. It's fun right now. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know how we was gonna be this season with a lot of changes with coaches and stuff like that. But this shit is fun right now, and it seems like it's lit more than it's been lit in a while. Honestly,
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? This shit lit right now, bro. Like. That's a testament to the 32 people we got in the league right now, man. So keep balling, fellas. AntHits, the franchise guru, and the real Boone is back, man. We will holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. Holla.